is up, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. We have episode 20 of the Mooncast today. We're joined by featured guest DeFiZooRacer and our co-host Piefly. We're gonna get into it right here in the VC. Let's go. All right, guys, you are here in the show now. Are you both ready to show your faces?
Nope.
Okay, that's
yes.
fine.
I think so. I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Let's go. All right, guys, here we are. Welcome in. We'd like to start off the show with some introductions to everyone on the panel each time. I am your host of the Mooncast, GhostcatJoypad, Web3 content creator, founder of Moondance, and now recently community manager over at Avax. All right, Piefly, you're up.
It's perfect timing. Yo, how are you everyone? I'm Piefly. I'm also a co-host of the Moondance podcast. That's funny. And yeah, I'm also a community manager and core ambassador at DJ Legends, as well as just a Web3 gaming content creator. I have a Next account, and soon we launch a YouTube channel. What's that? Not TikTok. TikTok, yeah, in the works. Stay tuned. But yeah, love gaming, love Web3 games, crypto, blockchain technology. Yep, that's me.
All right,
Let's go.
DeFi.
What is going on, GhostCat? Yeah, I am DeFiZooRacer, might say money printer in some places or FUD destroyer in other places, but long name, but you can just call me DeFi. Been in the space quite a long time, but my core focus right now is on the PLYR Gaming L1 gaming ecosystem powered by Avalanche. We're our own L1. Rolling out, quite a few unique and, accessible Web3 titles for people that, may be familiar with crypto and Web3, or people who are, I like to say crypto illiterate, making games as easy and accessible and, frictionless as possible for, many different kind of like target audiences that we see in the space. So definitely excited to share more about that. And we'll definitely be seeing some content from me here in the near future. I'll be firing up the timeline for sure.
Let's go. W, guys. Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna be deep diving into PLYR, what that is, because I had no idea about it. I was quite confused. So we'll have some questions answered. The first portion of the Mooncast, I like to cover any news or announcements in like the Solana ecosystem or in Web3 gaming in general, or if I have any updates on Moondance. I think something really big that happened recently was the Grid Network has their what is it? Their gift cards on Amazon, listed by Amazon. There was a tweet by Avax Gaming. It was pretty big. Now this announcement, as an ambassador, we knew earlier with their partnership with Amazon. So it's really awesome for Web3 gaming for like the entire space. Did you guys see that? Are you familiar with that?
100%. I was actually just in the poker night with Icy the other night, and we were in there with someone on the team with Grid Network, kind of like obviously Icy's always amplifying the news on his shows too, and then they told us like a little bit more. I think we might have even gotten like a few codes for like a free month or something.
Let's go.
But yeah, I think it's basically like a reward system where the grid network is like partnering with different games and things, and then building these like custom collectibles like with those games where this pack on Amazon basically will let somebody buy a certain number of credits, and then basically they can redeem those for like in-game items. So it's basically like, like a gift card you buy on Amazon, or like a code you redeem, and then literally like easy onboarding method right into at least getting some kind of like in-game like starter packs or booster packs or whatever they kind of think up there. So
yeah, it's
definitely
similar
cool
to
see it on Amazon.
Yeah, similar to Prime Gaming, Xbox Game Pass. It's really up to the project to decide what rewards they want to give monthly, but it's really cool because they're gonna have like Web 2 games mixed in with Web 3 games. So people that get onboarded from those, they're gonna be able to discover a whole bunch of other Web 3 projects if they like the character skins or an item in game or in-game currency. With another project, they're going to be able to claim it through there. So it's really cool to have that connection. There's already a lot of projects partnered with Grid Network. You can go to the Grid Network website and you can see which projects are already live, which assets you can already claim with the pass. Yeah, they have a ton of stuff right here in the Grid terminal. I'm gonna put the link in the chat here. But there's it's so cool, dude. I mean, this is huge. This is huge for this space, bro. To have the pack listed on Amazon, by Amazon, it's insane. So I was very excited to finally see that.
Ghost Cat, you want to hear like a funny story about the other night? So like when we were talking to the Grid Network guy, I'm trying to think of his name now, Crunker or something.
There's Jay from the team.
Yeah, it's Jay, but they under whatever name they use in Discord. I can't remember the name right now. But yeah, he was kind of like showing us a couple of like the games or things that we could like kind of dive into like pretty quickly, and then I just thought it was funny because Icy kind of mentioned if you're trying to like connect, you should like connect with him, and I was like, oh yeah, I should probably like see if like PLYR and Grid could do something. But it's so funny, I like only vaguely remember this. I had a discussion with Grid Network like a while ago and don't think I ever like went anywhere with it, and then I actually like realized that I'm on their website as a content creator. I'm like, yo guys, I'm sorry, I didn't even know I was here, but like get me back in the loop.
The same thing happened with portals.
Well, no, the thing is though, I think I did like fill out some kind of form or something and was like talking to like what's his name, Justin Lucas or whatever. So it wasn't like I was like pissed or anything. I was just like, oh, like, yeah, I probably would have hyped you guys up some more if I was like more in the loop over here. But yeah, just a funny story there. Wasn't like trying to hate on them or anything. They actually like bought me a pass in one of the games so I could try and like grind for the leaderboard on some drifting game in the browser. And it's like you buy like this $5 pass, and anybody else who buys that pass is able to play the like track as many times as they want over like the course of a week. And then like it's like winner take all on the leaderboard. So if you're like first place and like 10 people put in $5 for the pass, then like winner takes like $50 back. You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool.
Cool little like like minimal, like it's a very like early iteration of like a game, but it was pretty cool that it's like built right in the browser and has that like kind of competition already built in, and they're going crazy on the free to play ones, man. They got some cracked drifters in there, man.
Yeah,
I think it was called Payout Pursuit. That was the game.
I've
you can
seen
play
that
it right in the browser.
I want to try it out. It's a browser game, so I have to check it out. I'm loving browser games right now.
Game. They're so convenient. They're like
so much easier, dude. So much easier.
Launcher, like an install.
Yeah. DeFi, we're not live on X, by the way. I saw you ask that earlier. My bad. Cal
Oh,
GM.
it's no worries. I found you on YouTube.
W.
On the other
Let's go.
post. Yep. you're good.
Yeah. We I don't like X streaming, so I don't want to use it because I don't
It's a
like
lot of work.
I
bro.
don't like using it as a like as a viewer. I don't like going into it. I know it bumps up views and whatnot, but I'd rather not if I don't like to use it at all. But yeah, Grid Network is a huge step in the right direction for Web3. A lot of projects, they're welcoming every project to be partnered with them and to have an item or token if you want to give that every month. Very cool that they're listed on Amazon. There's gonna be more coming. There's more coming. There's one more thing that's gonna be coming.
more.
Yeah. There's one more thing coming for that with their partnership. And I think that's gonna be even bigger. I'm pretty excited about that one. I'm waiting for them to announce it though. So yeah.
I used to announce it for them here on the Mooncast.
You heard it here
Episode
first,
20.
guys. They just dropped the partnership. They're like, yeah, you're done. Yeah, but yeah, my project Moondance is partnered with Grid. I do have a character designed already for the game that we're building, and then I want it to be another asset within Portals as well, because Space Cats are going to be coming to Portals. But very excited on all of that. Pretty hyped on it. That's the biggest news that I wanted to highlight. Piefly, DeFi, feel free if you guys have any like other news that you heard this week on anything in Web3.
You know what? I'm gonna have to take like a quick roulette wheel through the timeline here. I think it's so funny. I have like the mouse that has the unlocked like scroll wheel, so you
Oh,
can
I
literally
love
just
that.
like spin it. You can like spin it like a roulette wheel, and it just keeps spinning, and then
Yeah.
you can like land on something. Oh, look, here we go. I found some news, guys.
W.
Spike, breaking news. The Farcana official playtest weekend just launched. Complete missions, rack up points, earn exclusive NFTs and FAR token. So if you want to play Farcana, I guess they're having a playtest with some rewards. That was my wheel spin roulette on Twitter there. That was a
I've
pretty
heard of
good
Farcana.
find.
I never looked into it further. I'm not too familiar with them, but I have heard of them.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a third person, almost like wow, it kind of looks like a mashup of like hand to hand like combat with like swords and stuff, but then
Yeah.
almost like maybe some Overwatch elements in it, because it kind of looks like they're like moving a payload or something. So that kind of seems a little bit interesting if it's you know, like a third person, but like a lot of like hand to hand combat.
Yeah, the
I'd
art
have
style is
to,
very
look into
similar.
it some
The
more.
abilities look like that
Because
too.
I thought it was like a third person shooter, first person shooter before, but maybe I didn't really look into it that much. Yeah, it looks interesting.
I gotta look into that one as well. Piefly, you don't got no news you want to share?
I have some Web3 gaming news updates.
Ooh.
Yes, not much, but Raven Quest, their playtest ended this past week, I believe on the 30th of September. They did announce there's going to be a third playtest though before full release. And I think they might be a mobile playtest as well.
Mhm.
But I do think this is going to be one of Web3 gaming's like biggest games. Like honestly, like fact again, they have 7 years of like web development as a Web2 game, and they're not transitioning to be a Web3 game. I think is massive. Their land sale sold out like insanely. People were so upset. They had to like calm people down. Like Discord's like, sorry guys, like you can get a land. There's a reason. There's a guaranteed whitelist, and you know what? What's the other whitelist? That's not guaranteed. Non-guaranteed. That's what it's called. I'm dumb.
First come, first serve.
First come, first serve. That's another word for it. Yeah. I think that's gonna be massive for sure. So keep an eye on that. Definitely getting on that third play test if you haven't yet. It's also play to airdrop.
I have not gone on it yet.
Oh, that third play test, bro. I'm telling
Dude,
you,
the
I faded
thing-
the first half of the second play test.
The thing with
Trust
me,
me, bro.
okay, so like
Trust
we
me.
have, I don't know if you've seen Forgotten Universe. That's another game similar, you know, pixel style RPG, MMO, whatever, and it's browser based. So like
Mhm.
I like
That's nice.
for me, Raven Quest is like a browser-based type of game, and like seeing other games similar, like Pixels, Forgotten Universe. There's another one out there on browser. I'm like, man, I don't want to download a game like that. I don't know. That it's a
Big engineer.
stupid hurdle, but like for me, that was like a
Wait,
weird
wait,
like stopping me from wanting to
you
try
have
it.
to. What are you saying, that you have to download Raven Quest?
Yeah.
Through a launcher or something.
Yeah.
Where do you actually play it from? I'm not familiar either myself, but I've been kind of following along a lot of people playing the game for sure.
You just download it from their website, and it's just like desktop icon. As soon as you click it, it just launches the game. So it's not even, I guess, like a
See,
launcher.
I hate that.
Why
I
do you
hate like
that?
if it's
Why
not,
do you hate that, bro?
because
Come
it's just
on.
like as a
Bro.
streamer too. Like if I'm telling someone else to play with me, like for them
Download the
having to
game.
download a game off a website to its own launcher, it's like I don't know, the
It is an
onboarding.
extra friction point.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. It's a friction point, because like if it's not on Epic or, dare I say Steam, because they hate Web3 games. If it's not on one of those, I mean, the likelihood of someone else that's coming into it wanting to download is really low. And with Epic, it's easy. Oh, just download off Epic. Boom, look for it. It's so easy. Onboarding is simple. People trust it because it's on the Epic launcher. If anything, they could just delete it off of there. And then with the browser game, way easier too. You just, here's the link, boom, try it. If you don't like it, just close the tab, whatever. There's no download, there's no friction. But like with that, dude, like that's just stopping me from wanting to try it and to be able to onboard players. Like I can't.
I feel like it shouldn't stop you.
Well, no,
As
but
a
like
Web3 gaming content for other
well,
people, I can see.
yeah, as a content creator, yeah, try it out. But like
Yeah.
my goal is to onboard players and to onboard my community. That's my
True.
goal. I want people to play with. It's hard to make collabs with other people.
So GhostCat, I think what you have to do is you go and make the content anyway, and then start putting out videos saying like, "Oh, I really wish this was in browser, because my whole community would hop in and play if they didn't have to use the launcher." You got to use your your content to your advantage, and actually get this feedback in the team's hands that needs to hear it too, because like that's the only way that we kind of push this space forward and get it to where we want it to be, is making sure our voices are heard, and getting things like kind of put in place. Like the more we ask for it, they gotta listen eventually, hopefully.
Yeah.
As long as it's like a team that actually is in tune with like what's going on in the community.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I gotta make more content, like videos. Like my main form of content right now is streaming and shorts. So like just for my style, it just wouldn't fit like trying to get players. So maybe you guys can do that part. Let's look at the chat 1 second. I just scrolled up a bit. Lotus, gotta keep an eye on this project. It's called Moondance. Let's go. So yeah, we are making a pixel RPG styled game on browser. That's fun. It's on Solana. That's funner. In the works right now. So working on all the character sprites, and we have Cal Pixels working on maps, which is gonna be awesome. Owl, I don't like downloading a new game. True. Yo, Owl, the #1 Web3 game? Why is that so weird for Owl to say? Because she's not familiar with stuff. Owl's my wife, by the way. She plays games. If it's easy for her to understand, I know everyone's going to be able to download it. www. Okay. Yeah, we can go on to the next.
You got me You got me on the edge of my seat here because I really want to drop some alpha, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm at liberty to drop it yet.
All right,
Oh,
so
I gotta feed some FOMO fuel behind the scenes first.
Oh,
And
shoot.
let's go. All right, so we have.
because the topic at hand, I got some things cooking behind the scenes.
Does it
so-
involve player? Right.
Perhaps, and perhaps it involves the
Hmm.
topic we're talking about here.
Well, because the
but
What
next
a great
portion, yeah,
yeah.
the next portion is the featured project, which is player, which is our guest here, DeFiZooRacer. So we can move on to that portion now, and I want to just start off with DeFi giving a quick summary of what player is and what it's going to be.
Yeah, for sure. So we're really trying to bring Web3 gaming and what it's really possible and what it's really like meant for, to create these almost limitless entertainment possibilities with many different people from many different backgrounds of all different walks of life, and making those gameplay experiences as easy, seamless, frictionless, and like a lot of these things you're saying, like making sure we address these things like head on, and getting them supported on as many platforms as possible. Mac, PC, Android, hopefully iOS, and things like web browser. But that all kind of starts before you have to build the the infrastructure behind that to really make it right. So that the kind of like way our technology behind the scenes, it's called our player ID system, and basically there's almost like 3 avenues that you can take to onboard in our ecosystem. So currently, our to kind of rewind there a little bit, our mainnet went live back in July this year. We are building on Avalanche as an L1. We kind of launched our testnet back in the spring, but to kind of give a brief period before that, we have been building since 2021, starting as kind of gamified DeFi NFT like yield farming platform, which always had gamified elements to it, and it evolved into adding like staking for like chess, like these like expeditions within the ecosystem, and then we had like mini games, and then we partnered with a gaming studio out of Thailand called Yggdrasil Group, and they're actually a publicly traded visual effects and animation studio, and that was to work on Zoo Racers, which is, it's literally in my name, for the past 2.5 years.
By the way, I had no idea. I just thought you liked ZooRacer name. I had no idea it was a real game.
Well, see, that's the point. Now, I got all the impressions of like, oh wait, Zoo Racers is a thing when the game is actually like fully fledged and ready to like get out here, which is like coming very soon. Sorry, I guess that's not the best elevator pitch, but basically we do have a legacy of building and delivering many different products, and then we kind of started getting into like the real Web3 gaming side of things, starting with Zoo Racers, which is a multi-chain battle kart like arena arcade game. It's kind of like Twisted Metal meets Fortnite on
whoa. Those are two heavy games there. Whoa.
And I'm not saying it lightly. That like I'm like an OG nostalgia gamer, and like for me, Twisted Metal was always one that I loved playing with friends.
Same,
like split
dude.
screen and stuff like that. And this is a 4 to 16 player free for all, like 7-minute match like arena thing, but it's not only about like who has the most kills and deaths. It's not like last man standing. It's actually last man to hold the most points that you kind of collect around the map. So there's loot crates all over the map, and they continue to drop throughout the whole time. You're able to customize your own carts and change like the weapon loadouts and things like that. It is completely free to play at the start, and there is like premium characters you could put in the carts, but there is a free-to-play progression system built in where even the free-to-play players can build a valuable cart if they collect enough resources just playing and grinding the game. So really kind of making it accessible for people who are already like deep in the Web3 and want to like customize their experience right away and have like, so if you see my profile picture, it's an 8-bit hedgehog, but it's actually a 3D asset in ZooRacers, and our Zoo genes are actually multi-game supported, and we actually have multiple games that they're gonna already work in and are supported in, and multiple engines as well.
Bro,
and the assets themselves are fully open source.
Full circle.
The assets themselves are fully open source, and anybody, if you want to make a game and use my hedgehog in it, please be my guest. I'll send you the GitHub link. You can go build it.
That's awesome.
It's out there, but I know that's kind of like a rant, tangent. But I warned you that I've been hustling and grinding all week, and I was probably gonna like steer off ship somewhere. So that was
No, that's awesome. A lot of info. That's good. No, full circle, dude. Your profile pic, it all has to do with it. So yeah, PLYR. What's interesting to me as well is that PLYR is an L1 blockchain on Avax.
Can you explain that?
This is so this is new that Avax is doing. Their blockchains that were L2s, they're gonna be they are like L1s now, where it's this interacting with the same. Dude, it's hard to explain. It's like I guess having a token on Solana. You're having a blockchain on Solana. I can
explain what the difference is here now. So basically, they're just kind of changing the classification. So yes, when we started building on Avalanche, we were classified as a subnet. So they didn't call them L2s; they were called subnets, because basically, Avalanche it's a pretty complex blockchain infrastructure. But over time, like I've kind of been Avalanche user since like 2021 or so, like pretty OG user over there, and our DeFi ecosystem was actually launched over there as well, multi-chain supported since like 2022. So it's not like we're new to the Avalanche ecosystem as far as building and like being there. It's the L1 is the new part, like the new like mission here for us, if that kind of makes sense, and it's all to fuel our PLYR gaming ecosystem. But basically, with the I believe it's the ACP77. I'd have to go back and look at our documents here, but basically this Avalanche 9000 and like it's Avalanche community proposals that they have. So they have like a DAO that submits proposals for improvements, just like Ethereum, where they have like Ethereum improvement proposals and such. So there's builders and everything that are actively like trying to improve the whole ecosystem, and then like people are voting on whether things like that should go through. But basically in the past you had to have 5 validators on the Avalanche C chain to be able to launch a subnet. So 5 validators on the Avalanche C chain, I believe, is an upfront cost of something like 10,000 Avalanche.
So wait, how much is that? Wait, how much is an Avalanche?
Like $30 each.
Oh, whoa, that's crazy.
So
wait, real quick, for those that don't understand, that's like saying I need 10 servers to get my product online. Easy translation there of what he means by that, for the subnet. But man,
the servers, that's a good comparison, because basically you actually have to host these validators on servers that have, like, 100 or like 99.9% uptime to make them, like, as secure as they can be. So basically that's how it was when we kind of came on and started building there. And we do have some support, and definitely shout out to Ava Labs and their developer support, and really like kind of like welcoming us in, and we're cooking some things behind the scenes with gaming on Avax. So like that's like one of the biggest things that I'm so excited about, is that like we're getting that like ecosystem support that like we didn't really see in the past, because we were building in kind of a pretty niche ecosystem in the past. So now we're kind of like setting forth on this like new odyssey, new horizon, but it's the same vision as before, which is bring fun and memorable and unique gameplay experiences, and making them as accessible as possible, and on as many platforms as possible, and really kind of building things the right way, where we're not rushing things out. For me, being involved here has actually been a great test on my patience, actually, as a whole. So to give you a quick background, so I joined the team just about the beginning of this year, or in the spring. But before that, I have been a day one OG, community member, liquidity provider, game tester on like every single thing on the first, like, so I actually found them building the project before it was ever even announced, just literally sleuthing in GitHub.
That's crazy.
So I've literally just like been here like just because, and it wasn't like anyone was like, hey, like like you should get involved here. It was just like, hey, I'm here, I'm involved, like, and you're gonna notice me. And you see like in the background here, we got like our slogan is called Play Bold, right? And that's the name of like the ambassador program that I'm in the works here on kind of getting rolled out, and it's called the Bold Players Ambassador Program, because like I'm trying to find more people like me that are like going out of their way to like provide value in like every corner they turn, and just be able to step out and be like get recognized and get noticed, and not like be afraid to like try new things, and like get in the DM, set up calls with people, because like we're all just like people trying to build this like unknown but like exciting future here. And I just want to like empower people around me that I see that are hustling, and like I kind of like see people like up and coming that I'm like, wow, these guys are like grinding. I'm like, and then I'm like, that reminds me of me, and I'm like, I want to like support people like that like maybe I never really got that support, or like I know that I will like greatly appreciate that when I get it. So I'm like trying to like pay it all back forth to like just build people around me, like bring a tribe of like passionate like gamers and community leaders, and just people who want to have like fun and be part of something that's like unique. I really feel like we're like almost like an underdog story, because we've been building in the space about 3.5 years, completely bootstrapped, no VC funding, community driven, and we literally have like 6 games like lined up ready to be launched on our own L1 chain, and we've seen so many gaming projects come and go and do things like raise funds and then close shop within a year or two, and it's like we're still here through thick and thin and still pushing forward. So like I think we're really doing something here that's unique, and I just can't wait to get people like hands on the games and like in our community and ecosystem and things, because I wouldn't be this passionate about it if like everything I've experienced as far as like every product built, every game thing, every like update and such is just like something that stands out to me as like needing to have like 10 or 100 or 1,000 times more like eyes and hands on it, like, but now we're like almost getting to the, you know, the precipice of that, and I'm just like super excited, but like at the same time, like, you know, just like running on overdrive as well. So
No,
I
it's
hope that all
exciting,
makes sense,
dude.
man.
Yeah. Yo, building in this space is really exciting. There's so many opportunities
is.
to get, and there's opportunities you couldn't get in traditional gaming space, right? Like, I say this all
Oh
the
yeah.
time whenever I have founders or other creators. Like, I would never get this opportunity in traditional gaming space, and it's I'm so honored to have the chance, you know, to be able to have these connections, and to build very close with all these other people that are creating something really awesome. It's really cool to have that. And yeah, lots of opportunities. And like you're saying, it's really nice when we get that help from projects. So it's pretty cool that PLYR is going to be having that ambassador program there that you were talking about. Really
Yeah,
cool stuff.
and just
Players.
to mention as well, so some people, you know, if you look at my bio, it says CAO of PLYR. That means Chief Ambassador Officer, because I come from the community leading and an advocating standpoint
Let's
first. So like, you know,
go.
I've been here through thick and thin. You know, always just like with this same, you know, conviction and drive to like push things forward, and I'm trying to like, you know, like I said, build that group of people around me who are trying to do the same thing, and try and, you know, like be active and engaged and participate in something, you know, at least I believe is super unique and worthwhile, and
Yeah.
you know, just want to like, you know, pay it back forth to people as well. Like, you know, I'm not telling people like, oh, you gotta, you know, go buy the token, or like, you know, buy a node or things like
Financial
that
advice.
comes with
Buy the
that
token.
comes that comes with showing what we're built first. Like, you can't always just go first with the token. It's like,
Yeah.
show the product, show what you built, you know, and then the people will want to dive deeper into the other things, instead of the other way around, like, here's our airdrop, blah blah blah. Like, no, you know,
Yeah.
obviously there's going to be different incentivized campaigns and things, but it's not going to be, that's the thing, we're not fitting this like, you know, box that so many other like ecosystems are in, for better or worse, and I wouldn't have it any other way, because I also don't like put myself in the same boxes of like, oh, I'm just a content creator, just a streamer. Like, I do so many different things, have so many different skills and knowledge that like I don't want to like kind of fit in the mold of like, you know, just another streamer, just
Yeah.
another, you know what I mean? So that's, you know, something that's I'm always trying to, you know, now I'm literally just like wearing it on through me now, like playing bold. I'm always just like doing my thing, blazing my own trail, and like, you know, not really caring what people think, because I'm just like letting my like passions like bleed through me and see where it goes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I appreciate that passion because I get really passionate about the space and Solana because I love Solana. That's like my player blockchain. I love what they're doing. I appreciate when someone else has a strong passion as well for gaming, for Web3, you know, and not just gaming, you know, because I know, yeah, there's a lot of creators that like focus heavily on gaming, make the game fun. I hate that phrase. But like, you gotta appreciate everything that's being worked on and built, you know, because when you have that passion, and it's with anything, not just like what we're talking about, but like with anything, when you have that passion, other people see it and they'll appreciate it, and they're more likely to check it out, or
Yep.
to agree with what you're saying, or like just give it a chance. Because when you're like bored, or like you just don't have that excitement, people can read that in your face and your emotions, how you're saying it, and they'll be like, nah, maybe I don't want to try it, whatever. But if you're excited, like when someone's excited and talking about something, I'm like, oh damn, yeah, let me get in on this. Like, what are you talking about? So I feel like it's better
I
reciprocated.
mean, my motto is always gonna be like, I'm not trying to sell anybody anything except for a good time. And if you want more than that,
Hey,
I'll
yo.
show you where you can dip your toes in.
Get him a drink. Let me go to chat here. Welcome in Alade Ebenezer from YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, sir. Appreciate it. He's in the ecosystem playing Zoo Racers already. We'll take in questions after I ask a few more questions myself, and then we'll take in all the questions that you guys have about PLYR and Zoo Racers. Let's see what else. Lotus, you're legit noob in Web3 altogether. Just playing games, you're up a bunch of legit free money. Love you guys, always showing you new stuff and teaching you all this. Let's go, Lotus. Appreciate you having you in the community, man. Hey, let's go.
Lotus is the goat.
Let's go.
Lotus is the goat.
Dude, yeah, it's awesome. Twisted Metal was like Mario Kart on crack. I love Twisted Metal, dude. I played that with my brother when we were younger on the old game systems. I always look bored, dude. That's my face sometimes. I look back on some of these podcasts and I'm talking about something. I'm like, dude, why the hell am I just have the straightest, like, monotone face? I'm sorry about that.
That's how I feel when I'm like streaming sometimes and don't have a lot to say. I feel like I'm like,
or like if I'm zoned in,
like what my face is doing. And
yeah,
I'm kind of like resting, like locked in face, and I'm like,
because like I'm thinking and I'm like processing what's being said. Because dude, I lose focus, so I try my best to stay focused, and sometimes I'll just have like the dumbest like I'm just like thinking and processing, but that's just me. My bad. Till I start talking about Moondance and portals. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I have a question.
Okay.
About basically, you said there's 6 games that are coming out. Are these so like? I know we talked about kind of like browser-based games. Are these games gonna be browser-based? Is it gonna be like a launcher? Is it gonna be launching on some sort of existing platform like Elixir? Like what's the deal?
Yeah,
with that?
so I'll give you a little alpha there, or like insight to that. So I only kind of like mentioned Zoo Racer so far because it's like in my name, and that was like the first game that we partnered with, like a game studio to set out and build and like iterate and build in public and whatnot. We kind of basically went through at least 4 public beta phases, and then like through this whole like chain transition and whatnot. So has taken quite a bit of time, just like every other game out here building. It seems like sometimes things take longer than you expect, but
dude, yeah,
so
yep.
The second game that was built in our ecosystem was actually one of the OGs in our ecosystem, Phobal Games. He, is someone who was always there in the community. Another person who kind of like reminded me of myself, showing up to like all the beta tests, putting in like crazy amounts of feedback and whatnot. He actually solo dev'd a game in Unreal Engine called Zoo Genes Poker Hold'em. And that is the second game that supports the same, Zoo Genes assets. So the first game, it's in Unity, and he ported the assets to be supported in this Unreal Engine poker game. It's 2 to 10 players, and you can, have your own custom, zoo, 30 different zoo animals that have all different kinds of like outfits in the game, and like they're all unique from each other, but you don't have to have one to play. You can go in and play as a free tiger in there. So every single game has free-to-play experiences for the most part, except for we have one thing about at least the 6 existing games from our ecosystem in the past. 3 of those were Telegram based, so we were actually building on Telegram far before all these crazy mini apps. So we were actually kind of quite ahead of our time. I believe maybe even before, like, I don't know exactly when the TON blockchain became a thing, but we were already building chat and bot based mini games in Telegram way before anybody was talking about Telegram games. And there we have like an API that plugs in our ID system into that, so that's all kind of getting a overhaul as well. So we are cooking some things behind the scenes in the Telegram sphere, on web browser. I'll just say we are cooking things on web browser.
Let's go.
I'll say this.
Ghostcat will play it then. Let's go.
Back in July, we had like a mainnet launched like airdrop campaign, and we had a airdrop for our OG like diamond hands like gamers and like asset holders and such. So like we had like a way to reward our loyal like holders and things that kind of made this transition over with us and stuck through thick and thin. And one thing that we did super unique from all these other airdrop things as well, we made our airdrop claim system a game. It's literally a game you have to play to go get your airdrop if you qualified for like this Zealy campaign or like our original OG thing. And that was actually the first game that we built supported for web browser. So that was actually on like you could play it anywhere. You could play it on iOS in a Chrome-based browser, so Chrome, Brave, or another like third-party Chrome browser. I think Safari might have a little bit of trouble. So I'm bullish on the stuff that doesn't have to rely on iOS store and app stores and things.
Sure.
I would say things like Epic Game Store, is definitely a target. At least for our core like fuller gameplay experiences. We are already supported by Hyperplay. The versions there are not the versions that will be on the PLYR mainnet. So just wanted to mention that. So we are kind of like already like pretty integrated in certain places. I actually got GhostcatJoypad listed on Twitch like 2 years ago.
Nice.
Let's go.
Official title. So we might just have to like update the listing there and get some other things there. So we're definitely kind of doing the work behind the scenes to, like I said, get things as accessible as possible. And I didn't mention so the other like kind of like full gameplay experience we have, it's more of like a classic hyper casual gameplay. It's a spin-off of Uno. It's called Zuno, and it's called Zuno Elemental Madness. So it's like a 4-player Uno game. But if you think about Uno and like what they actually have as an official game, it's literally just like such a basic like little like plain background and the Uno cards and maybe like a little text box or something. Zuno's like a much more like it's rich in sound and environment and like animations, and you can trash talk your friends and like drop poop emojis on them and stuff. So very much like more fun and engaging, and that is going to be the first game that goes live on PLYR mainnet. And I'll just drop the teaser that
Alpha.
This is going to be the game that's going to be the most accessible in our whole ecosystem right at the jump. And we will have our instant play pass ready to go when it launches as well, which allows players who don't know anything about crypto at all to get in the game, and literally can get in a game by only typing in a guest username and
Yeah,
hit
that's
play.
awesome.
And
Huge.
nothing else. Not log in with so that's what I'm saying about there's 3 pathways in. So that's like the easiest, most frictionless, where like even if like you're a Web3 native person, you just want to try the game first before doing all the other stuff. We encourage that because the instant play pass, you can use this claim code that you can convert that guest account to your regular Web3 and create, you know, a permanent player ID from the guest account. So really giving people that way where, oh yeah, I can dip my toes in, and then there's just like a little thing in the corner that says like claim your Web3 wallet, and then you click on it.
I'll
it's
dip
like,
something in.
so it's not forcing it in their face, but making it known that it's there, but not you know, requiring so much like text slapped in your face right away. So the thing is, like, even though we're our own L1 and powered by Avalanche, just saying we're like gaming on Avalanche is too much like closed. Like, players can play from anywhere they want to be, essentially. You know, they don't even have to add our network in their wallet to you know, make an account with a wallet. They can do it from any EVM chain, and it just works. And then if they earn something, it's going to go to that same address on the player mainnet. And you know, there's a lot of exciting things we're doing as far as interoperability and possibilities as well, because it's like I just see like the tech we're building behind the scenes, and I'm just like, there's so many untapped like potential opportunities that I see that like I don't see anywhere else, like people building stuff like this.
There's so much you could do, dude.
Just to give you just to give you an example, and then I'll let you get to the next point. Like basically, I was thinking like, so yeah, there's all these like projects that have like NFT collections on Ethereum, right? But like nobody really wants to build a game on Ethereum, right?
Pooey. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to paint a picture for you. No one really wants to paint, you know, build a game on Ethereum, and then the process of moving your NFT collection from like Ethereum to some chain that's going to support gaming is like, you know, a huge headache and overhaul. And you would have to imagine some of these projects that would want to do that are probably going into gaming as a way to like revive or revitalize their community. So they probably don't really like have the funding or like things to like do a whole like chain transition. Well, the one thing that I like keeps popping to my mind, I'm like, with what we're building on PLYR, like we could connect with projects on Ethereum. They could keep their collections there. They could come build a game over on PLYR, and their assets will just work in the games because of our like mirror NFT technology that basically reads the metadata and NFT collections that are supported in whatever games that are like built on our API and our chain, and that's literally like a way to like I feel like that could revitalize like so many like different communities and things that like might feel stuck. And like we built on Ethereum and now we're like stuck here.
Yeah,
no,
100%.
Like come build something over with us. You guys can keep your assets over there, but they can build something and make it more utilized. And then like that's like unlocking these like, you know, crazy interconnected like multi-chain. That's where my brain goes, man. That's what like I
think interoperability is huge.
Things.
Interoperability, it's probably like one of the biggest features of Web3. I keep saying it. It's such an amazing tech to be able to have that connection if you want to build for it. I did have two more questions here, and then we could take questions from the community in chat. So one of the questions was if you guys have any upcoming events or partnerships to let the community know about that.
Yeah, so events or partnerships. So I guess one thing I will mention, we did just have a pretty in-depth AMA with our dev team just earlier this week, and there is a recap on our Medium. So I will try and get that post to share somewhere here with you, maybe in the YouTube or Twitch or whatever. So just to kind of like say what's been going on like this week, last week we opened applications for our ambassador program, which I'm leading that program. So I've been, doing a bunch of like one-on-one calls with people that, I kind of saw as like standout applicants to make sure they kind of pass a vibe check, doing this like to get the right crew of people around me that are really going to like, set some momentum off and really, just be able to have some fun and do, fight for this like dream and vision that I'm, just like on the edge of my seat by. But, but yeah, so as far as other events and campaigns and partnerships, we did just actually have 2 partnerships, I believe, just last week, and
Ooh.
that was actually related to the upgrades within Avalanche. So that was a partnership with Avax and Suzaku Network, and basically they are building kind of the tech stack that is going to enable the subnets that were on Avalanche to quickly integrate the new technology into their chains, and then basically unlock new decentralization and incentivization on the chain itself. Because the one thing that is a big difference with how subnets were and how L1s are now, the L1s themselves can become more decentralized and actually kind of become less reliant on Avalanche C chain itself. But that doesn't necessarily mean that like it's like a separate island. The upgrades also increase like the tech behind cross-chain messaging and things like that, where like smart contracts can like interact with each other on different L1s, and like it all kind of like happen behind the scenes. So I'm just like super excited to see where like the possibilities could go here. I think not enough people kind of have like a grasp on kind of like what's going on behind the scenes at Avalanche, but like you can't like not hear Off the Grid like every single day. Off the Grid has their own Avalanche L1 that is specific to this like, massively multiplayer battle royale game, and doing it in a way that allowed them to get on consoles.
Yeah.
So like there's just so many like cool things going on. Same thing with like Shrapnel. They have their own L1. Beam, another example. They have, their own L1 on Avalanche, and these are all like becoming like major things in gaming, and that's all like empowered by the tech here. So I think it's really cool, and I'm not trying to like fade Solana or anything, because I'm not like I'm not as in tune with the whole Solana ecosystem. No. I'm saying like I'm giving Solana praise. I'm saying I'm just not I feel like I need to like talk to people like you more and get more tied into things. I think I only created a Solana wallet like 6 or 9 months ago. I think Mizzy gave me an NFT for what is it? Heroes of Illumia? Is that the name of
Legends of Illumia?
Yeah, that's one.
Legends of Illumia. So yeah, that was like the first time I even really ever like did much on Solana, to be honest. Yeah, I totally missed out on a bunch of stuff. So like, props to you. If you've been kind of sticking around and building things there, I want to give you guys like flowers too. It doesn't have to be all about me, because I could like go on about things forever. But me at the same time, I'm like, I'm so excited because I just want to like get in the game, and I'm just like, I could like jump out of my skin if I don't start like, you know, being able to like spread my wings and fly a little bit.
No, I think what Avax is doing a lot of cool stuff in gaming right now. Like what you said, play off the grid. They just got on Xbox too. That's another thing we could have covered in like news. This week they just recently got on Xbox. That's freaking awesome. Like, congrats. I have not tried the game yet. I have it downloaded. I have to play because it's been getting really good reviews. But so that's like another thing, like so cool for the entire space in general. You know, because once one succeeds, people will start discovering other projects. You know, what's that saying? A rising tide lifts all boats. So really cool to see that there's this game on PlayStation, on Xbox. I want to buy a PlayStation like all the other rich content creators that play off the grid, but I'm not, unfortunately. Just to test it out, but it's really cool. I think so. Like Avax, I see them focusing, doing amazing things for gaming. Solana, I see them doing more things towards like everyday use case scenarios. There's a lot of projects that are bringing to life stuff that you could use to buy things in real life, to use Web3 in everyday aspects of your life, which is really cool because that's, again, you're going to be onboarding people. So like they have partnerships with like PayPal, with Visa, Google. With you could have a card now to spend your Solana USD. So like really cool, like different focus, I think. Obviously there's some great games on Solana. I'm building on Solana, but I think it in general, they're more focused on like, I guess DeFi in general, but like bringing it to people in real world use cases. And Avax is obviously much more focused on the gaming aspect, and they're making some pretty heavy strides in the space. So it's really cool to see. Like, yeah, honestly, I don't like, I'm not like, I always hate on Ethereum, and that's because they're not doing anything to push the space forward. You know, it's not innovating. I don't think, at least
I don't know, man. I feel like anybody who hates on Ethereum doesn't actually you know, realize the weight of the legacy of Ethereum. To me, like,
I mean, but how long? Okay, it's I guess it's like Nintendo, right? Like they did great things, but how are they moving forward now? Like they're taking down people to make videos. You can't do tournaments with, you know, Smash Bros. Like, how are they pushing forward now? Like, it was great back then. Yeah, it's huge, but like you gotta push the space forward. The thing is,
you gotta realize that every single chain, essentially, maybe except for like things like Solana, it might not exactly be the same tech, but every single EVM chain, there's probably like freaking 2,000 of them, and you know, hundreds of thousands of assets built on the Ethereum token standard, and all of the standards that are on these other chains come from Ethereum. And when Ethereum does improvement proposals to add new things, all the other L2s follow suit to follow Ethereum. So literally, Ethereum is the North Star of everything Web3. And if you know, that's just the way I'll put it. I'm not even like a crazy big holder of Ethereum. I don't do a lot of things on Ethereum, but it's just a fact that it can't be discredited. Yeah, sure, you can prefer other things, but like anybody like praying for the downfall of Ethereum is praying for the downfall of the entire space. That's just you know, like kind of the disclaimer I'm trying to put there. Is the way I see it. And I'm not coming at you at all.
Oh, no,
I'm just coming at like, yeah, like putting it clear. Like if you're like trying to like bring down Ethereum, like you don't care about the space at all.
I'm trying to bring them down. I'll do it.
No, we need Ethereum.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's a spicy take. It is a spicy
Yeah,
take.
yeah. So I wanted to ask you too, because I feel like the hot speed's been like all on me this whole time. So I need you to like give me your elevator pitch. What are you building? Tell me what the scoop is. Tell me why I should be excited about what you're building, because I feel like I'm out of the loop on your stuff too. So like, reverse interview here,
Reverse
quick
interview.
turbo round.
I will give a quick summary because I do like obviously the podcast is under Moondance. It's called the Mooncast. So I do have episodes where I put the spotlight on Moondance, give updates. And when I have featured guests like yourself, like I want it to be about what you're building. So don't feel bad or like you're taking up most of the spotlight because that's the whole point.
No, I don't feel bad. I'm just actually like, I'm actually genuinely interested now, because I always like it to be like, a two-way discussion to some degree, because then it always is able to, unlock kind of like new ideas and like synergies and things. Because that's why I always like to hear other people's like input and things as well, especially when I hear myself talking so much. I'm like, yeah, I just feel like I'm just like this big talking head, and I gotta sit back and listen sometimes. So like, yeah, when I do my like two hour mega spaces, I have to like take like an hour or two to just sit back and like decompress there for a while, because I feel like I'm just like exhausted after that. But then I go like step back and start listening to people. I'm like, oh wow, like, it's you always get these different perspectives depending on like kind of like what you're doing, and you can find like different value in different situations. That's why I'm like, yeah, like I'm like genuinely curious and interested. I peeked at what you were building in the past and whatnot, but I don't think we ever had like a discussion about it, or I didn't really ask much about it. So I was just like, trying to get your maybe like quick pitch or whatever. And I know you said you're building things and maybe a game or something. And I'm curious.
Yes, sir.
And, you want to see how I can support you too, because that's
Money. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Money.
That's how you can support anybody. Here is my Solana wallet. Go get some soul, guys. No, yeah, quick summary. Under Moondance, I want it to be a strong IP. So it's focused towards gaming. I do have the collection out right now, Moondance Space Cats. And the perks right now for holders is like holder only tournaments or raffles that I host. You get special role within the Discord here if you're a holder. But working towards building a game, the game right now I'm focusing on is going to be a pixel styled browser game with RPG elements. It's going to start off with PvP mode, and then as we develop, we'll start to implement more features and whatnot. And one of the for me at least, the bigger partnerships that I have that I'm really excited about is with Portals. So the Moondance Space Cats are going to be fully integrated as characters in Portals. So working on that right now, reworking the 3D model so it could be perfect for the game.
Could you explain what Portals is real quick? I think I kind of know, but it's on the tip of my tongue, and I'm not thinking of it. But once you tell me, I'm gonna like kick myself. So yeah,
we'll let Piefly explain Portals.
Boy, I love
Portals.
So. The Portals is a Solana essentially metaverse game. They kind of describe themselves kind of like Web3 Roblox. So where it kind of distinguishes itself is that it's very easy to build. Roblox has its own like coding language, its own like its own separate launcher to like build. Portals is really simple. It's really just drag and drop. They recently added a task system to basically add complex things like rising lava, or just like code things that in Roblox would be a lot more complex. And they launched their gameplay around a year or so ago, and maybe 4 months ago at PlayGG Solana. And right now they're going through essentially a new kind of like a art rework. It's a lot more than art rework. It's basically they're basically revamping their entire collections and combining two of them. And now you can stake them for points as well for a potential airdrop. And at least that's what Portals is. Yeah, a lot of alpha there. Shut up.
Yeah,
Get all the
browser-based
points.
So
sandbox
very
game.
much on the UGC side of things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I think there's definitely lots of interest around the UGC space, and I've been like super active on spaces and stuff lately, and one thing that kind of stands out to me when there's this whole discussion about UGC and interoperability and things like that, I think if you take a look at like the traditional gaming and like maybe even like games that like were built like long ago that like kind of like communities like revive them and like modify them and all these things. Even look at things like GTA with GTA RP, like like it's almost like probably more people play GTA RP than actually play GTA Online, because I think GTA
Yeah.
Online's like broken or something. I've
100%.
been out of the loop there, but we're missing like almost like that missing piece in Web3 where projects are actually building their games in a way that's like open to like community like mods and like creations and things like almost like giving people the like playbook and the tools and things to like say, hey, like, do you want to like build something in our game? Like, here's how you do it. Like, instead of just like expecting, that just to like happen organically, I think more and more projects have to start being proactive about it. And I think it's really going to help us in the long run, especially like one thing I was like kind of alluding to was like, we always talk about like, yeah, we own our assets, blah, blah, but then like, what happens when the game stops being supported or they shut their servers down or so on and so forth. I think like at the same way there has to be some kind of like almost like standardization or something like put in place that will allow games to kind of like allow their communities to take it over, like if they desired to or something like that. It was just something that stood out to me because I've been like on a super like nostalgia gaming kick lately, and I'm literally playing like a modified and modernized version of Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, which is 19 years old, and you can still go on and play online. And they literally imported the physics from like 8 different games into there, and you can customize your entire experience and change the UI and do all these things and play in like full HD. And like it's like that. How do we get to there where people are just like literally taking something and just like making it their own, like, new creation in a way? Because, we see that with like all these like COD games too, but they always get like cease and desisted. I think we need to like figure out some kind of like open standard for like, community like UGC and modification and like, even like community servers too. What game in Web3 has the ability for you to set up your own community server? There might be one that I don't know of. One of these like maybe like Minecraft-esque things or Roblox or something. But I don't think there's any game that I can think of that like there's like some gaming community hosting a server. Just that alone, it like allows the longevity of that to continue beyond, what a project might support if that community continues to support that game. Yeah, I know that was a little bit of a tangent there, but was just kind of tying it in. You made me like think of this discussion I was having like not that long ago about things that are missing in the space that like, to me, I value greatly, like, being able to, experience things in a different way, but in a way that's familiar and a way that you're able to like customize your own experience and really like, you know, make something that's like more and more replayable over and over again, because it's like you can like really turn something that you love into something that has your like own unique spin or touch on it.
Yeah, I think that's
Hope
where
that all
interoperability
made
comes into
sense.
play too. Having your assets available in other games, like if anything happens like with your game that you're making for like, you know, you players will have that option to take their assets and use them in other games. I think that's really important, and that's why I'm like also heavily focused in interoperability, trying to talk to projects and just giving the users all those options. It's such a cool feature, and like what Star Atlas is doing too is allowing their community to use their IP to build their own games, use their assets, and for their assets to work in those games. And they even had like a mini hackathon for the community who were building those games. So that's really cool, and I think that's something you mentioned that you guys were gonna have open too, to allow users to use you guys' IP, like you said, your PFP, and to build their own games and allow their NFTs. It's huge.
Open.
Yeah.
That's open now. That's been open. We've had
Let's
that in
go.
place. That was literally how our second game in the ecosystem was built, because we allowed that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's how we got our current chief gaming officer, who's literally cooking up games and like, you know, being a wizard behind the scenes, because we allowed that to happen.
That's really cool.
So like that's why I'm like, so like, yeah, that ties literally directly in with what I was just saying, and it wasn't even on purpose. I was talking about Tony Hawk and like, you know, Halo online in 2020, like yeah, but that ties directly in because we just did a simple thing that was like, hey, do you want to use these assets and build something?
Yeah,
here they are, go ahead. And then somebody, you know, took that call to action and made something, you know, that was his own unique and kind of turned that into, you know, a job opportunity as well. So like, yeah, that's, you know, one thing I just want to like kind of mention all to the audience as well. Like, you going out of your way and getting yourself noticed and being valuable to communities and project leaders and founders and things, you know, you can't always be operating in a way where you're expecting something in return. But the thing is, the more you go out of your way to show love and show support and bring value to other people, the more value and support and, you know, things you're going to get in return in the long run. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You know, you got to build that reputation and trust and you know, it's a long process, but
yeah,
I just
that's how
like,
it works,
you know,
with
I
most
really like
communities.
want to yeah, I really just want to like empower, you know, people to realize that like they can make an impact, and the more people that get off the sidelines and just start doing stuff, that's how we get the space moving forward, is firing the people up who are just like on the sidelines, you know, and consuming. Like I think of it almost like consumers, and then there's like builders and creators, but like we need to get more people over on you know, the side of just like being active and you know, putting their mark on the space, because you actually can do that, and it's not like rocket science. There's like a clear way to do it, and it's not that hard, and you just have to like, you know, like believe in yourself a little bit and like find some people around you that are like hype about you and you know, want to like, you know, empower you and like latch onto those people and build your network. And yeah, I'm rambling now. I warned you.
Go on.
All good. It's a podcast.
I warned you.
We're supposed to talk.
He's talking on a podcast.
Bro,
Stop him.
You're fired.
I'm fired.
There's a lot to cover in Web3, honestly. It's not like one small aspect you can you can focus on, but there's just so much to it. I love it. There's so many avenues that people can take. and learn about and build in Web3. It's a huge space, honestly. That's why I think the gaming in Web3 is like a whole new category. It's not like regular games. It shouldn't be compared to it because it's just so much more. There's so many more opportunities and capabilities. It's its own category. But yeah, if you want to learn more about Moondance 2, I have lore on the website. They're linked in the chat. I do have merch. We've got the Space Cats minting still. Soon in Portals, we're going to be able to play. I am going to be releasing a token that people are going to be used for future NFT releases that are going to be only mintable with the token. I already have a connection set up to where once I release the token, you're going to be able to buy merch using the token. I have a partnership with Dark Core Roasters. So as soon as the token's live, you'll be able to purchase coffee beans with the token. And I have that set up already because when I release it, I want there to be actual utility, not just the token. I want people to actually be able to buy things with it, buy our merch, mints, use it within your own mints. Why are these projects release a token, release a mint, and they don't even have the option to buy the token with their own, to buy the mint with their own token? It's kind of dumb. So like at least that. So that's something there. Oh, let me sorry, you got your link got blocked.
Yeah, it didn't let me. Oh yeah, it's all good. I can send it to you. And I was just posting the one thing I mentioned earlier.
Oh yeah, put it in the
dev,
VC chat here, and then I'll put it in chat. In the stage VC chat. Yeah.
I'm on the screen overload over here.
We've got 20 screens open. Wait, what the frick? I'm so stupid. Okay, that roll should have.
I'm just gonna DM you. We better be friends on Discord because we're friends on.
That roll should have allowed you to post the link. My bad.
It's all good. I DM'd you, and I was gonna say too. We'll have to hop on a call off stream or whatever soon, just so I can kind of dive into what you guys are cooking some more because. I'm always just trying to see what's going on and see where I can unlock some new ideas or ways that I'm trying to make as many friendly alliances as possible and I think that's just the way to go in this space. And,
100% build together, take ideas off each other, inspire other projects, inspire other creators. But I love making new connections and getting people connected. That's one thing I really enjoy doing, reaching out to everyone. We surpassed an hour. Let's go. Kind of to end it off here, where can people play Zoo Racers if they can? Because I know we talked about that. Okay. There were some questions about it.
So yeah, let's. I guess I'll answer that with an answer to another. The first game that will be launched on mainnet PLYR Gaming L1 will be Zuno Elemental Madness, so the Uno spin-off. So that's the first thing to be excited about and kind of dive in and dip your toes and be able to experience something without even adding our network or doing any of that. Obviously I welcome everyone to take a look at what we're doing, and my DMs are open and I'm posting stuff all the time. It's like I live online now. Zoo Racer should be coming, soon after that. It's actually in this AMA recap, the timeline of things. So we're actually building out our on-chain incentivization. It's kind of like a unique approach on how we're going to reward our real community members that are gaming and doing things in the ecosystem and allowing them to unlock opportunities that way. So we're building out this dashboard that is kind of going to give yourself almost like a rank and a way to unlock additional rewards and things based on like, you know, how much you play games or stake something, or basically like every activity that happens on chain, which our you know, ecosystem is an on-chain ecosystem. You know, it's not Web 2.5, but you know, things are kind of like abstracted behind the scenes as well. I'm trying to pull this up here because I believe there is a specific mention on timeline. So I wanted to make sure I didn't, you know, give any false information here.
Owls asking, are there owls in zoo racers or in your the zoo genes?
Zoo racers. Oh man! All right, let me get the answer to the first one first. But basically, what I'll do a quick answer, and maybe if I'm off the mark, I'll correct myself. It's gonna be this quarter. It's gonna be, you know, very soon. But I like I said, the first game to get excited about is Zuno. It's gonna be a fun one. Even if you're like, oh, it's like Uno but Web3, that's calling it too basic. It's its own you know, experience and unique from Uno, but it is that familiar, fun, you know, memorable gameplay, but in a way that's, you know, very unique and inspired. So like I said, I'll definitely be having some content out on that. We'll be having game nights starting in our Discord very soon, and as we start adding in additional games live on PLYR, we'll be adding in additional game nights, like weekly game nights as well. So that's kind of like, you know, we're trying to build that momentum and kind of like scale up the community and activity and things going on before we kind of just like say, hey, here's all our games, and then like you kind of have to build you know, a player base and community kind of like one step at a time, especially that we're, you know, kind of like reactivating our OG like long-term loyal supporters and engaging with new communities and gamers and things. So I hope that wasn't too convoluted of an answer. It should be very, very soon. It's just not going to be the first game that goes live. I wish it was. It's literally in my name, but you know, I'm gonna tell it like it is.
We want zoo racers.
You know, when the time comes, there's gonna be things cooking behind the scenes, like, you know, that it's gonna make it worth the while. At least, you know, in my eyes, because I just can't wait to get back in the games with people and you know, fire up the space with zoo racers. Like, I'm gonna shout it from the rooftops.
No, I'm looking at the gameplay, dude. It looks fun. I think it lives up to what you said because it looks really, really awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect it to look that fun based on just the video clips that I'm seeing alone on the Twitter page. Yeah.
Oh, you might be looking at an unofficial page. You know, I actually have to like community take over that page, so we don't have an official page for zoo racers.
Okay.
The official accounts for PLYR and our gaming ecosystem, it's at on PLYR, and then the gaming ecosystem, which you know, right now it's just kind of, you know, supporting the PLYR account. It's gamer on PLYR, so it's a GAM. I can send both of those in DM, but yeah, if you're looking at something called PLYZooRacers, that is not been updated since our beta v4, and it was a community made account. So I think I know whose it is, so we may kind of take that over. But just wanted to like mention that's not like the Zoo Racers account.
Okay.
Kind of everything is under the you know, the PLYR and gaming gamer you know, ecosystem accounts right now. And then obviously, you know, I'll be posting and retweeting basically everything about PLYR and our games as well. So like, you know, you might even get like more alpha, you know, following my account at times, because you know, I'm just like active and you know, sharing things all the time, reminding people. So yeah. Hopefully that made sense. I just wanted to make sure people knew that wasn't like the page to like evaluate zoo racers from. That was
Yeah. Sweet. All right, we have the links there. Then I gotta add the links to the YouTube VOD after too. I always forget to add links, and I'm like, I'm gonna add the link in the video, guys. Don't worry. And the VODs have like no links to what we're discussing. I gotta go back and add links to everything. But yeah, super cool what you guys are building over at PLYR. Let me send the link here to the website one more time for you guys for the PLYR website. You guys can go discover it and everything, look through everything. Oh, here's the Twitter too. Okay, here's the PLYR Gaming X account. I think that one's important here. So go. What the frick,
Oh, yeah,
dude?
and,
I'm so stupid. No, I did that wrong. I'm dumb. I just copied the message and not the link.
Ghost Cat, I wanted to give you props, Ben. I realized that a few minutes ago you hit episode 20 here. That's like a big thing. So is this a weekly show every week? I know I've like kind of like seen you posting and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was seeing when you kind of started this up, because 20 episodes is huge.
Yeah, it's every
big
week.
props, man.
Episode 20, appreciate it so much, man. I started with episode 1 through 5 were kind of spread out over like 3 months. I wasn't really consistent with it until like I want to say like 12 or 13 episodes ago is when I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this every week because I want it to be consistent. I want everybody to start getting used to, something to look forward to. Because at first obviously things start off slow, but the more consistent you are with it, the more you're able to get people to actually make time for it or have it in their minds like, oh, I'm gonna watch this on my free time, whatever. But yeah, episode 20, it's a weekly episode. Piefly was more recently added as a co-host. He's been awesome. We do have another section, but I think we'll save it for next time because we did go overtime a little bit, which is no big deal. It's a podcast. We learn, we talk, we discover, we make connections. Let's freaking go.
I told you that I'd be yapping. I think I fit the
Hey, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. It's like I said, I love when somebody has a passion for what they're building and the communities that they're in. I love it because I have that same passion too when I talk about things that I love. It's not something that everyone has. I think we need more passion in the space, but it's awesome to see. But yeah, DeFi, thank you so much for being on the Mooncast with us today. Piefly, thank you so much. If you guys want any outros, anything you'd like to say to the audience, to the viewers, feel free to. Piefly, go ahead. Do an outro. Piefly, say something nice. Say something funny.
Something nice, something funny.
That was not funny, Piefly. Do better.
I just said what you told me to say. What do you mean? I'm just following orders here. I don't see what I did wrong.
I don't make the rules.
I don't make the rules here, exactly, like you say all the time.
Was that okay? I thought you were gonna say something. Let's go.
Nope.
All right. Piefly, anything you'd like to say as an outro? Last comments, last notes.
Bullish on Web3 gaming. Bullish on PLYR.
What?
We're all gonna make it.
Yeah, wag me. I will. I'll say something for Piefly here. We're gonna be making some fire content with portals soon. We're cooking up some content with them. Piefly is gonna be awesome. He's gonna have lit streams. He already does with Mixmob, and other things. But yeah, lit streams coming from Piefly. Things cooking with portals. Because the team has been awesome. They've been treating us very nicely. We're going to be making content with them, and I'm going to have that connection partnership. I want to just call out some community members here that are doing terrible. I hate them. I'm just kidding. Lotus has been awesome. Bro's been pulling up to like every every Mooncast episode. Like everyone streams, bro. I'll see him on like all of your guys' streams. Bro's just chilling and supporting
Lotus
everyone in the
is
space.
the goat. I said
Yeah.
it before. Lotus is the goat. So, shout out Lotus. 100%.
Shout out Lotus. We'll be bringing back the WAGME. Don't worry, Lotus. It's coming soon. Coming soon. In November, we'll be able to play test.
Yeah, man, we'll have to do a collab for that too, because it'll be fun to figure out the gameplay alpha and like meta and things, because everybody's gonna be like on a race to figure out all the different mechanics and things.
Right.
So that'll be
so many
that'll be
metas are gonna
cool.
be made. But yeah, DeFi. Any closing thoughts? Anything you'd like to say before we head out?
Yeah, I'll keep it quick. I like I said, just take a look out on. Make sure you follow me on X. Pay attention to what I'm posting, because I'm gonna share lots of things there. Definitely have big goals here to get way more active on streaming and content again after I kind of like get myself out of these like trenches I've been in. I feel like I've been more and more going on other people's shows and things, but that's totally fine because I love that too. So I'll be doing a little bit of both, but yeah, we're gonna be starting game nights in Discord, and my goal is like you said, kind of like be a role model to other people I'm trying to like fire up, and just kind of like turn the content and like gaming game to 11, I guess. But that's about it. And I'll have episode 4 of the Crypto Bro Show on my personal DeFi FUD Destroy account. That's a show I host with my brother in real life.
W Space. I was on one of them. Let's go.
Yep. And we're just trying to do something fun and bring lots of different speakers in, talk about stuff, and kind of do a little bit of unique fun things during it. They've kind of all been mega spaces lately, but I started organizing this one late, so this one might be a single segment. We'll have to see if I can fill up 20 speakers over the weekend, but I've been getting super overwhelming support, so I'm super appreciative of that, and trying to fire up the streaming and content creating stuff again, so I can kind of like start growing there again, because I've kind of been like only just like maintaining certain things, like doing a stream here and there, putting up like a video here and there, but kind of want to like get back in the trenches there too.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's hard to keep up with a lot of the content. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. So that's why they reach out to us to make content for the games, guys, because it's hard to do it. Oh my god, bro, I swallowed wrong. Bro? Sorry, I swallowed wrong. Crypto Bro Show. Yes, that's what it's called. Here is DeFi's X account. And let me put Piefly's X account. Go follow, support their channels, because lots of gaming content, lots of projects, lots of things to look forward to. But yeah, again, guys, thank you for being on the show. We're going to close out the live stream. VOD will still be up on the YouTube, and hopefully soon maybe we'll be on Spotify or something, just to expand the horizon of the Mooncast. We'll catch you guys later. Deuces to the stream.
Peace.